Good day everybody, welcome to the Garmin Fenix 7 Pro tutorial series. In this video I will assume you know the basic functionality of the watch and know how to access all the relevant menus. If you are unfamiliar with the watch controls, please go to the overview video first. You can either click on the card at the top right or follow the link in the description below. Now on to the topic at hand. In the last video we went through how to edit the controls menu. In this video we will go through each and every one of the icons on the controls menu. It will probably be a very long video, so you can just go down to the description and go to the chapter that you are struggling with or that you need some more info on. So let's go into it. I did add all my icons onto the controls menu, so all of them are here. They are also in alphabetical order. So let's start, except for the power off, which was always on the start. So obviously power off will power off your device. So if you select that, it will ask you to power off, yes or no, and you just say yes, then your phone will go off. Next one, we've got ABC. ABC stands for Altimeter, Barometer, and Compass. So if you select that, you will get to the combined view that got your compass, which will change as you turn the watch. It's got the altimeter and it's got the barometer that says in the last couple of hours the air pressure was stable. If we swipe up, we've got only our altimeter and the last 4 hours, and then we've got the barometer over here, and then we've got the compass. The compass does not rely on GPS. You do not need to have GPS enabled to have the Fenix 7 Pro's compass working. Next up, we've got airplane mode. Airplane mode will turn off all the wireless communications of the watch, so your Bluetooth and plus and also Wi-Fi at the same time. Then we've got our alarms. If you select that, you can go straight to your alarms menu where you can set alarms and enable the alarms. Next up, we've got alternate time zones. So if you've got any alternative time zones set on your watch, you can come here to edit them or select them. Next up, we've got the altimeter. So if you go in there, it will just be the altimeter app without the compass or the barometer. Next up, we've got assistance. I do not have assistance set up on my watch at this moment. I will set it up while I do a video specifically for this. But basically what happens is that your watch can detect in certain of the activities if something happens to you. So if you fall or stumble or so, it can, if your phone is close by, it can send for assistance to some particular numbers that you've set. But I will go through it in a different video. Got our backlight, so here we can quickly set the backlight percentage of our watch. Here is the barometer, so it will only have the barometer view, not the altimeter and the compass as well. Here we've got battery saver, so at the moment my watch will last for the next 5 days. If I turn battery saver on, it will last longer. There are some certain profiles that you can set for yourself, and so if you choose battery saver, you can choose one of the profiles that you've set. That will be for a different video. Then we've got broadcast heart rate. What broadcast heart rate does is that if you are using equipment in the gym that actually has the setting enabled where you can send your heart rate to the machine, this will do that. So you just select that, and then on the machine, the treadmill or whatever you're running on, or if you've got on a cycle, then your watch can actually send your heart rate towards that machine to do its own calculations on calorie burning or whatever. Then we've got our calendar. I do not know why, but the calendar app does not open from my controls menu. I suspect it's because I've got all the icons on here. But what the calendar does, it's actually the calendar for your watch. So it will have your daily suggested workouts on there, or if you have any races set up in your calendar, it will also show in this. I will see if I have a few less icons on this screen, if it will maybe open up. Then we've got our clocks, so that's all the combined clocks functions. So you've got your alarms there, you've got your timers, your stopwatch, and your alternative time zones. Next one is the compass, so it will open only the compass without the barometer or the altimeter. Then we've got do not disturb, so if you do not want any notifications to get shown on your watch in general use, you can switch that on or off. Find my phone, if you were to press that, I cannot use it now because I'm using my phone to record this, but if you press it, your phone, if it is in Bluetooth reach, will start ringing. What is very nice about this is also there is a bar around here that shows how far away you are from your phone. So it becomes from red to orange to green. The closer you get to your phone, the greener that bar becomes. Test it out, it's actually very nice. Then we've got the flashlight app. If you select that, you've got your different levels. On the top right here, if you press the start button, it will turn the flashlight on. Up or down brings up the levels and changes the color to white, and it becomes brighter as you go up. Also, the setting that you set it on here is actually the setting that it will use when you double press the light button to switch on the flashlight. So if you keep it on red, if I go out here, it's now on red. If I would double press my light button, my flashlight will become on red. If I set this up to, let's say, just 3/4 power, if I would double tap my light button, it go on white 3/4 power. But I normally use my flashlight on red. Next one is history. So history, it gives you your activity history. So this is in the last 30 days, the activities that I've done. You can go into more detail by pressing the start button and then go into the activities, and will give you the last couple of activities you've done over the last few days or months, actually, even. Here you can go and check your records on running and cycling and swimming. So there's a couple of stuff here. It will probably be for a different video. Then we've got our lock device, so that will lock all the keys and it will lock your touchscreen. So the touchscreen doesn't work now, and if I single press one of the buttons, nothing will happen. I will actually have to hold one of the buttons to unlock. It doesn't matter which button. So let's just, for instance, the back button, if I hold that in, then my device lock comes off. Okay, next up is your Moonset. So if that's something you're interested in, it gives you what your moon phase is, what the rising and the setting of the moon will be, and also what type of moon. Swipe up or down, or use these buttons to go to previous or next days. So that's the 3rd of January. This is how the moon is going to change. Let's see when it's going to be a full moon again. So the next full moon will be on the... Oh, I went back. Sorry. The last full moon was then. So the next full moon will be on the 25th of January. Next, we've got our music controls. So if you select that, you can control the music that comes from your phone. Or if you've got music loaded on your device, you can also control it from here. Notifications, that shows you all the notifications you haven't looked at yet on your phone, on your watch, that has been sent to your watch. Connected to your phone, if you select that, it will disconnect from your phone from the Bluetooth. If you can select it again, it will then connect to your phone. Mine is connected at the moment. Pulse ox, that is the setting for the pulse oxygen meter. So if you open this up, you can either from here, it will start to try to measure immediately. So it will obviously only work if it is connected to my wrist. From there, after it has done its measurements, you can also change the settings for it, because you can set it to check automatically your pulse ox throughout the day, or you can set it to only do it during the night, or you can set it that it only does it manually when you say to do it. The pulse ox does use a lot of battery, so mine is just off permanently. Then we've got our reference point. This is a bit of an intricate setting. So I will have a different video, a separate video on the differences between save location and reference point. But just quickly, what it does is, first of all, I've got a screen protector on my device, and I noticed that this is not very nice when you've got a screen protector on. But just quickly, the reference point you can either set yourself where you are as a reference point and then give it a direction that you want to walk, so that you know you are walking exactly, for instance, north from where you are. You can also tell it that you want to walk to a point that is exactly south from where you are, that is 40 meters away from you, and it will keep you in that line. I will have a different video on that. Then we've got our save location. So when you press that, it will look for GPS and then save your location where you are currently. So that is nice if you are, for instance, at a concert and there's outside parking. This will obviously not work if you can't find GPS. So when you get out of your car, you save the location, and then you go to your event or whatever, and when you're done with the event, you can just look up that exact location and then find your car again. But you can use it for different things as well. Then we've got the settings. So from here we just enter the main settings menu. You've got sleep mode, so you can switch sleep mode on or off. I am actually not sure why it's unavailable at this stage. I think if I exit and I go back in, yeah, now it's available. So if you press that, your watch will go into sleep mode, which will enable sleep tracking and also disable all notifications. And the backlight, there's a couple of settings you can set on what must happen when sleep mode is enabled. You also have to set your normal sleeping time when your watch will enter sleep mode automatically, but from here you can do it manually. Then we've got the stopwatch. So if you just want to use a stopwatch without all the other clock functions. Got strobe. So what this does is it turns your flashlight on in different configurations that you want. So if you click on that, you can change your mode. So let's it goes to blitz, start, and that will flash in the blitz configuration. If we go, for instance, to beacon, it flashes beacon, or pulse, or whatever. So what people sometimes do, you can use this for emergencies if there's an emergency, or if you are walking outside, for instance, and you feel there's extra visibility needed on you, you just switch that on. A nice thing which I will touch on when we get to activities as well is that you can automatically set some activities, let's say for running, that your flashlight goes on after sunset, so that you've got that extra visibility, and it does it automatically. Then we've got the sunset and sunrise menu. It will just show you how far away you are from sunrise and from sunset, and when dawn and dusk will be. Then we've got the sync. So when I press this button, it will sync with my phone, which it does anyways periodically. Then we've got time sync. So this will either use your phone or your watch. So if you select that, I think if your phone is in range, it will use your phone to sync the time. If your phone is not in range, it will use the GPS satellites to sync your time. So it's quite useful if you're going to a different country where the time is different from where you were, and then just to sync the time. Then we've got all the timers. So this is just a countdown timer. So you set it to however many minutes you want to count down from. Next one is touch. So at the moment, as you can see, touch is on. So if I press touch off, then the touch screen does not work. Here we've got Garmin wallet. I do not have that set as I use my phone with Samsung wallet. But basically what it does is if you select that and if you've got it set up, then you can do payments on from your watch to certain devices. Then we've got the weather, which is the weather app. So it tells you what the degrees are, also your max and mins for the day, your wind direction, and the humidity. And I think you can actually go to, there's some extra settings. So here's your hourly, and there's your daily for the next week. And there's a 12-hour trend. And then the last one is Wi-Fi. It will just enable or disable Wi-Fi from your watch. Your watch does not always need to be connected to your phone. It can also be connected to your Wi-Fi network and get updates and so on from that. And I think actually, if you want to download maps and you want to update the phone, it has to be connected through Wi-Fi to some network. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that is the case. This will obviously only be available on certain models, but the Fenix 7 Pro does have Wi-Fi. That is it. So then that's the last one. The next one is just again power off. Thanks for watching.